Hi, this is Pastor Bob, and welcome to Pastor Bob Daily. My friend Robin on Facebook says, I just want to get your opinion on something. The Westboro Baptist Church. I've seen a few videos with and about them on YouTube. What really bugs me is the children. I hate seeing children being used in such a way that they're using them. I don't feel hate towards these people. I just can't help but feel sad for them. I'm starting to get fed up with friends of mine that believe that all Christians are like the Westboro Baptist Church. Okay, now that's off my chest. You know, I've had a lot of people that have asked me about them, and I haven't really commented because I don't want to actually comment about negative aspects of denominations, but I just have to do this one because I agree. I think it's pretty tough when we brainwash our kids instead of giving them a very positive message about Christ's love. And I want to get off of the Westboro Baptist Church for a minute because I don't know them, and I don't feel like I know enough about them to actually make a fair judgment. And I think that's kind of important. But let me just say this, that there are a lot of people like them around, a lot of people who make claims about their faith, make claims about who they are. But the claims don't necessarily mean that that's where they're at spiritually, or that's where their hearts are at. You know, anybody can call themselves a Christian, anybody can call themselves a denomination. It doesn't mean that they are. And, you know, there's a couple of scriptures that hit me with this one that I think are important. First of all, the Bible says that you'll know them by certain things. You'll know them by the way that they use spiritual gifts, and it says you'll know them by their love, by Christ's love, unconditional love. And when I look at groups that are similar to this, I see a lack of that. I see a lack of love. I see a lack of understanding. And I kind of feel like that maybe that's a distinction that's important. You know, I feel like we can judge by the way people love each other because the world is judging us the same way. And because of that, Christ said, you'll judge that way too. So something happened to me when I became a Christian. And even though I was very young, I'm still very much aware of it. And that is that my love has changed. It's become unconditional. And it doesn't really have anything to do necessarily with the people around me or my own ability to love them. I'm not around just great people that are easy to love all the time. And I'm definitely not around people who encourage me to love all the time, although many do. I realize that there's something that happens inside of me that's very different than, than I would be on my own. And I realize that I have unconditional love in areas that I would not have had it before. And so, folks, I realize there's a difference. And there ought to be a difference if, in fact, Jesus Christ came to change us, to bring us new life, and to give us a new kind of love, then that love ought to be overpowering, that love ought to be evident, and that love ought to be foundational. And so I begin to judge by it. Like the Bible says, they'll know you're Christians by the way that you really love people. You love each other, you love other people. And you know, it's interesting that when Jesus was asked, what is the greatest commandment? You know, he didn't pull a lot of other commandments out of the box. He said, the greatest commandment is to love, love, love. Love God, love others, love yourself. Love, love, love. What does that mean? That's what everything's based on. He said, if you have this, you have everything. If you don't have this, folks, honestly, you have nothing. Because that's what our faith is based on. So when people see us, they ought to see love. And you know, it's difficult to judge, and I don't want to be one sitting in judgment. But let me tell you, I'm very careful with organizations and denominations and individuals that claim to know Jesus Christ and don't show any love or tolerance. I hope that helps. God bless you. Have a great day.